Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Nadia, owner, CEO of SASSISoul Boutique. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe because we want to make sure that you get notified when there's another video. As you can tell in today's topic, we are talking about how to strategically plan to get that inventory for your new arrivals. In our last video, we talked about the importance of launching new arrivals, the importance of planning ahead, the importance of knowing how often you want to drop new arrivals. And so today we're talking about how to strategically prepare for those new arrival pieces, how to order, when is a good time, how much to spend. We're gonna go over all that in today's video. As always, we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna give you a few steps and we're gonna get out of here. All right, again, we are talking about new arrivals. Last video, we talked about how often, what we're dropping, how much, and how to plan and how to actually relaunch your business every new arrival drop. So even with that, you have to still plan on how much and how often you order so that you are prepared for that new arrival drop. Again, as we discussed in the last video as well, I drop every month. So that means I have roughly 2 to 3 weeks to get ready for my new arrivals because I tend to do my photo shoot a week before those new arrivals are due to drop so that I can have content. So that means I have 3 weeks from my last drop to get prepared for my new drop. I know, crazy, right? So I'm just gonna go over the way that I do it. And again, I have my notes here because I'm not, I'm old and I can't remember everything I wanna talk about. Isn't that everybody? But anyway, so you wanna make sure that you are strategically planning. Why do we have to be strategic? Because if your business does not have hundreds and thousands of dollars just sitting in a bank account where you can just order thousands and thousands of dollars worth of inventory at a time, you have to be strategic. I'm that girl. I don't have hundreds and thousands of dollars in my business bank account, so I have to be strategic. So the way that I plan is according to the orders that I get in for the week. In most cases, whenever I do a new arrival drop, that week is pretty heavy with orders. I do really well and I can get the bulk of my new arrivals out the way. I tend to try to drop new arrivals after all of my expenses have been paid for the week, for the month. That means early in the month, most of the stuff is due. I've got like my insurance, I have my Canva, my Shopify, my email, my virtual address and phone number and all those things. All those things tend to come out at the first of the month. So my drops are generally around the middle of the month. So I can now take all the money that's coming in and be strategic and pretty play with it with inventory. So what I tend to do is from that first week of orders, I will go hard. I will get the heaviest bulk of my orders out the way. That means whatever is most expensive, or if there is a particular vendor where I'm getting most of my pieces from, I will order that big, large order right then and there. So like my first week for my spring launch coming up, the vendor that I went to, I got a pretty much a lot of my pieces from there because I wanted to do a lot of vibrant pastel colors and they had just that. So I actually ordered 5 2-piece sets from this vendor and this roughly ran me about $500. Now you have to remember that my boutique offers both regular and plus size clothing. So not only do I have to order a pack for regular, but I have to order a pack for plus. So that means I ordered 5 2-piece sets. That means I had to order 10 packages. So my ordering was pretty heavy and it ran me about $500. This was okay because again, like I said, my first week after dropping new arrivals, that's my heaviest week. And so I tend to get a lot of orders and so I can hit it real hard with inventory. My order was about $500, as I said, and then my shipping was about $75. So at that point, I was pretty much good with my 2-piece sets. I always like to drop 2-piece sets whenever I do arrivals because they are very popular with my boutique. So I got my 2 pieces out the way. Now I know I have some cardigans I want to get. I want to get some pants. I want some dresses, and there are some short sets I'm looking at. So now I've got to strategically think about, okay, how the next week will go with my orders. As orders start to trickle in after that first inventory order, I got to start going to my vendor sites and figuring out what else I'm going to order. A lot of times when I'm going through, and I'm going to suggest this for you, if you're going through sites like Fashion Go or Fair, you want to take the time to kind of go through some vendors or look at some things you like and just start clicking the hearts. The hearts will put these pieces into a folder of like a wish list for you. So all you have to do is pretty much go back to that list and you can pick and choose which items you want to purchase. Now, most vendors require a minimum. In most cases, they run about $100 to $150 per order. So I tend to try to stay around the $150 range after that first week, because my second week's coming, closer to my new launch, my orders aren't as heavy. And remember, I still have to have money left over to take care of my monthly bills that will be coming out in the next month. So my next week may be a little smaller, so I may take half of those the income that came in from those orders, and I will use that to place my next order. And again, I try to stay within $150 per store, because at the end of the day, you have to pay shipping. We don't pay taxes because we should be charging our customers taxes. And I just want to make sure we're doing that. Okay. So we don't pay taxes for the clothing that we purchase from the vendor. And in most cases, again, you have to remember that you are purchasing in packages. And even though you're purchasing in packages, they do price the pieces per item. So if I find something that I want, if it's going to run me about $25 per piece or per set, that means if I order a regular package, it's going to be about $120. That's going to give me room for my freight or cost for shipping to be about $30. And in some cases it is. I know that's hard to hear, but yes, the shipping can be about $30. So, and if this vendor has a minimum of $100, if I order that one pack, I'm good to go. I can order that with this money that has come into my business and get that out the way. So that may just be your regular pack. So then you get a couple of more orders. You want to take some funds from that, and you want to maybe go back to that vendor and order your plus size package. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because, one, this is how the money is trickling in, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself. There is no need for us to try and buy everything all at once. We don't have it. When you are a new business and you are trying to get your name out there and you are trying to build your brand, you have to take it one step at a time. Yes, it would make sense to just order $1,000 worth of material. I'm sorry, I keep saying material because I'm getting married next month to my husband again. And I had to buy material recently, and I just keep saying material. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. Yes, we want to just order what we want. We know everything that we want. We just want to order and be done. But if we don't have it that way, there's no sense in trying to push ourselves to be able to order $1,000 worth of material. Oh my gosh, worth of inventory in one setting. So you got to break it down. So this is the second week. I bought my regular package. Some more orders have come in. Now I can order my plus size package. The way I work is because I offer both regular and plus size. If a piece comes in both sizes, I do not drop it if I don't have both, or I don't purchase it if I can't find both, because I want to offer my plus size customers the same thing that I offer my regular size customers. In most cases, I will do it that way. There is sometimes I have to do it because either the plus size items are no longer available or they don't make the item in plus size. But in most cases they do. So I've got my regular, now I'm gonna order my plus. So now I've gotten a great deal amount of things that I can get ready for my new launch. I still have about a couple of weeks left, so orders may come in and I can order something else. Now keep in mind, I ordered 5 2-piece sets already, and in most cases that's really a good launch. That's 5 pieces that you can launch, but I wanted a couple more, and so we're gonna go for the gusto. Here we are, we're getting some more orders. Now I'm gonna order those jeans that I wanted to get. Now remember, I am a stickler of ordering both regular and plus. So if I have it to get both, if this vendor is a vendor that sells maybe their plus packages are 1, 1, and 1, then my amount won't be as much, right? And I can get both the regular and the plus. But in some cases, their plus sizes have 6 pieces. They have two 1X, two 2X, and two 3X. Then that requires me, I might have to wait a little bit. But here we are. I have a vendor that's pretty reasonable. They actually have 1 small, 1 medium, 1 large, 1 extra large, 1 1X, 1 2X, 1 3X. So hey, I can grab that and get that out of the way. But you have to be strategic on these vendors that you choose. A lot of times when I am trying to purchase items that I want to see how they're going to do in my boutique, I will go to vendors that offer packages that have 1 of each size. Now, that's not always ideal to my customers, but again, I am building. I'm trying to learn what's going to sell. I'm trying to learn what sizes are popular in my boutique. So I do it that way. So in general, a lot of times I will go to Giddy or I would go to Pioneer Apparel because both of those vendors offer packs that have 1 of each size. And if by chance I need to go back, if it does well, I can go back to them and get another order. So here I am, I'm pretty good. I got a pair of jeans. I have like 5 2-piece sets, and there's a couple more things I want to get. I got about 2 more weeks. I'm going to see what else I want to get. Maybe I'll get some tops to go with those bottoms. Maybe I'll get a dress or 2. But you always want to be careful in pricing because you have to also make room for your shipping. So if your budget for that week is $150 for a packet of inventory, you want to get that inventory at about $120, and you want to make sure you've got room for your shipping, which may range from $30 or so. You also want to make sure you're paying attention to the minimum purchase amount. A lot of vendors do have an amount that you have to reach before they will process your order. So most of the times about $100 to $150. So you may have to play around with the things that you're ordering to make sure that you are able to meet that minimum. This is a good case if this is a vendor who has pieces that aren't very expensive. You may be able to get both your regular and your plus size items from this vendor in one order and be done with it. You also want to make certain that you are going through your old pieces, maybe some old inventory that has not sold, or you just want to remind people of some things that you have and say, hey, I can get these jeans and not worry about a top this time because I already have a top on the site that I can kind of give a new look, give a new vision, give a fresh idea with so that the customers can see it again. So you always want to make sure that you're looking in that realm as well. Like I got some cardigans. I don't necessarily have to buy a new outfit to go with the cardigans. I have pieces in my inventory already that I can put with the cardigan that will go just fine. You also want to make sure that you are getting the pieces that are proper for your drop. My next drop is for spring. So I'm gonna make sure to get pastel colors. That was my goal. I wanted to get pastel colors, very bright, very noticeable pieces so that it can look like a spring launch. Now, I do have a couple dresses that may kind of offset the spring look. Some people may wear it in spring because where I live in springtime, it's still very cold. We actually still get snow in our spring season. So I am gonna drop a couple dresses in there. And the reason why I'm dropping these dresses, they're more like fall, but I'm going to drop them in there because I've been wanting these dresses so bad and I finally found them. And so yes, I'm dropping them. And that's me. Okay, and that's it. I am also dropping some short sets that I saw. I had been looking at them. I'm kind of upset because they do have a plus size option, but no one has them right now. So I am going to go ahead and drop them. I'm going to drop them in regular sizes, and I'm going to inform my customers that I am looking for the plus size options. Usually if I don't have both, I don't drop. But the reason why I'm dropping these is because they are short sets and it is spring and the summer is coming. I think the mantra is usually, in most cases, to try and get your drops to kind of be ahead of the calendar, right? So it is spring. I'm also going to drop some summer stuff because I want to make sure that people have options to purchase for their summer vacations or their spring vacations. So I'm going to offer both options in this drop. My next drop will probably be more summer, but it will also probably have some spring items in it. So it's just really up to you. You have to make it make sense in your new arrivals. Make your arrivals match who you are and make sure it matches your brand. Like, I am trying very hard this year to have themed drops, themed new arrivals. So this new arrival is definitely spring. I'm actually dropping on spring day, on the day that spring starts. So I wanted to make sure to have the bright, vibrant colors, loose, windy feel in the clothing, and several options in color. So make certain that you are doing the same thing. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't allow yourself to get bogged down with, oh my gosh, I want all these things and I can't get them. Because at the end of the day, if you are also having to add your personal funds, you have to be responsible enough to make certain that you are not taken away from the needs of your home. There are times when I had to order an order or two and I have to use personal funds. But this is one of the reasons why I try to stay within $120 to $150 range, because that's not a whole lot coming out of my family budget. It may be something different for you. You may be able to afford $500 from your budget. I can't, not right now, because I got a lot going on financially. So I try to stay within that range, just so that it doesn't hurt my overall budget. At the end of the day, the hope and the desire is that we are making enough sales so that we can cover all of our expenses, including our inventory. One day, we will be able to just order our inventory from our business bank accounts with no problem, order 3 and 4 different seasons worth of clothes at one time. But right now, we've got to take it step by step. We have to have a strategy, we have to have a plan, and we have to have an idea in mind to execute, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves and we don't want to purchase too much. I have done that. I have purchased too much and it just went left and I was totally frustrated. So I don't want that for you. Make sure your new arrivals have a budget, whether it's by piece or whether it's by purchase amount, whatever is more comfortable for you, but do what works for your boutique. Don't try to overdo it. Don't overlook the signs that say, hey, this is not working, this is too much, this won't sell. You know, make sure you are doing the research on what is popular or what you think will sell or what you've heard your customers asking for before you begin processing these orders, because it is very hard to return items to vendors. Some of them accept them, some of them don't. Some of them will accept them only if you have never opened any of the packages. And that won't work, because a lot of times we open it to see how it looks and feels. And if we don't like it, if it's already open, we can't return it. Some of them, they don't want to pay for the return. You have to pay for it for yourself. And so at that point, it's like, okay, do I even return this? Like, if I purchased some items and it ran me about $100, but I have to spend $50 or $60 to return it, like, is it really worth it? So be very careful about what you're looking for to purchase. Be very careful and know that that is what you want. That is what you want to drop. And if it is something that doesn't go well, something that you're like, I wish I would have never ordered this, find a way to promote it anyway. I had a set of sweaters that I ordered. I thought they were going to do terrible, because when I got them, I'm like, oh my gosh, these don't look like what they look like on the picture. And of course, I ended up keeping them. And I was thinking, you know what, they probably won't sell, but I'm gonna give it a try. I had them in 3 colors. I have sold all of 2 colors, and I have 1 left in 1 of the colors, and I'm like totally surprised. So always try to be positive about what you purchase, even if it doesn't always look and feel the way you thought it was. I had a 2-piece short set. Oh my gosh, this thing was horrible. But I only paid $5 for it. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to give this away. And I just, it's a name brand that I have sketched in my brain that I will never ever purchase again. And it's a loss, but at the end of the day, you just have to learn from it and figure it out on the next go round. So as always, I hope this video helped you. I hope there was something said that's going to give you the education that you need to move forward. Again, please drop your comments and your questions down below. I always respond no matter what. I want to make sure that you guys know that I am here and I want to answer all of your questions. And as always, stay classy, stay sassy, and stay confident. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.